President Donald Trump has fired his most powerful shot yet across North Korea's bow. And predictably, the left is melting down. With each passing day, Donald Trump is taking a harder line against North Korea. And that's a great thing. North Korean leader, and I use that term very loosely, Kim Jong-un, has been threatening the world for years. Not just our allies in the region, like Japan and South Korea, but global allies with his threats of nuclear attack, because that would destabilize the entire global economy. And President Trump isn't having it. He realizes that the only way you can deal with a maniacal murderer like Kim is to fight fire with fire. So Trump tweeted, and I thought this was great. This was a show of U.S. strength. President Donald Trump tweeted, quote, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works! Exclamation point. See, this is great because this is returning the United States to a World War II mindset of strength. Obama enabled him. He appeased him. He emboldened him. Kim knew that if he saber-rattled, Obama would write sternly worded letters and go to the UN and demand sanctions. We need sanctions. Toothless sanctions that did nothing. Kim laughed at us. Well, he's not laughing anymore. Because while the left was melting down, saying, impeach Trump, he's driving us to nuclear war, invoke the 25th Amendment, kick him out of office. Well, they were doing all that nonsense and engaging in all those histrionics. You know what Kim did? Well, CNN reported this, and it had to pain them to do that. Here's their tweet. Quote, North Korea called South Korea on a hotline that's been dormant for almost 2 years. A major diplomatic breakthrough following a year of escalating hostility. Now, don't be too optimistic about that. What Trump did was he motivated North Korea to do something. Now, I'm sure that North Korea, and my analysis is anyway, that North Korea is calling South Korea in an attempt to say to South Korea, hey, brother, come on. We're all Koreans. Trump is this big, bad maniac from the West. We should be allies. Kick the U.S. troops off the 38 parallel. Let's be a unified Korea against the big, bad American eagle. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We buy a lot of Samsungs, a lot of Kias, and a lot of Hyundais, okay? So South Korea is not going to want any part of Kim's black hole of an economy in a country. But at least it's got Kim moving in the right direction. He's nervous. He's off his game. He's nervous and he's off his game. And that's exactly what Trump did to his opponents in the primary. He knocked 16 primary opponents off their game by understanding how to get under their skin, how to tap into their insecurities, and how to engage in a regular warfare and make them say the wrong things, do the wrong things, and campaign in a way that made them look very weak. He then did it to Hillary Clinton. And now you're seeing it again with his, what we'll call the nuclear button tweet. Now, what I loved is after North Korea gave a little ground, after they called South Korea, even if that call is to try to align with South Korea against the U.S., it shows that Kim is nervous. He knows he can't go it alone anymore. He knows that Trump is going to do the things that Obama wouldn't. There aren't going to be strongly worded letters and toothless UN resolutions. No, we're going to park aircraft carriers off his coast and choke his oil supply, choke his food supply until his people rise up and revolt like the Iranian people are. Now, also, don't kid yourself. That's another reason he most likely called South Korea. Iran is his partner in the nuke program and other defense initiatives. He sees the protests in Iran. He knows that could very easily happen to him, especially if we start dropping propaganda into North Korea. If we circumvent his news blackout, because remember, Donald Trump's a pro at that. I'm not here to be a Trump cheerleader. I just happen to love the way he operates strategically. But Trump has been a master at circumventing the fake news mainstream media. I'm pretty sure with the incredible capabilities of our military intelligence apparatus, and our intelligence community, we can get information to the North Korean people, even if it's a primitive method of dropping pamphlets from airplanes. Now, what I also love is that after North Korea gave that little bit of ground, no matter the motives, we doubled down. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley said, quote, we will never accept a nuclear North Korea. She went on to say, North Korea can talk with anyone they want. This is in response to Kim calling South Korea. North Korea can talk with anyone they want, but the U.S. is not going to recognize it or acknowledge it until they agree to ban the nuclear weapons that they have. That's it. Zero tolerance for Iranian nukes. And this is what the world has needed. There's finally a strong United States. See, while all this was going on, something else happened yesterday that the mainstream media didn't want to tell you about. The NASDAQ broke 7,000 for the first time in history. In history. Now, if you don't think that's the result of a strong United States in terms of national and global security, because remember, I always tell you, national security is economic security and economic security is national security. All of these things are linked. And Donald Trump taking a hard line with North Korea, showing the world we're no longer going to let this guy tucked away in his little black hole of a fiefdom. We're no longer going to let him threaten the world with his nukes. It's time to act, and we're going to act. America is back, and that's something the world has been waiting for. I want to keep bringing you this outstanding and interesting content. I know you love it, and I have to thank you for all of your comments after the segments each day on therebel.media. I really, really appreciate the encouragement and support. So please help me continue that. Subscribe to our premium service at www.therebel.media/shows. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.